Hello, I'm Chris Williams, and welcome to my review of War of the Realms, Issue 1. We'll start off with the cover. The cover is good. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying the artwork. It's just that it just has Hela in the background with Captain Marvel and Sif to the side of her. At least I think that's the name of her. She's the girlfriend of Thor. It's really composed nicely with a bunch of zombies around both women, while Hela looks down menacingly at them and smiles. On her throne is a couple of dragons. This cover was drawn by Arthur Adams and Matthew Wilson, and they did a really good job on it. I'm really enjoying the cover. Captain Marvel and Lady Sif are about to throw down with these zombies. Hela plans to do something horrible to them, and we come to the first page. And the first page is, once again, we get a page that's all black with only text in the middle of it. This is the second issue from Marvel recently I've read that has this. And the next few pages aren't any better. What happened to having a first page with a glorious full page spread? This one is a full page spread, which should have been on the first page, which just shows a map of Asgard and the 9 worlds, with Midgard in the middle at the trunk. Now, I would have really enjoyed this artwork, but it's cartoonish. I mean, it looks like a classic fantasy art for a map you'd see in a fantasy comic book. But I just feel like it isn't all that great because it's the second page. And the third and fourth pages are even worse, because we come back to the obligatory Marvel page where they list all the people who wrote it and who worked on this comic book. And after that, they would go back. They could have done this all on the first page. They could have told us what was going to happen previously and what and the players that are going to be in this comic book. No, they devoted an entire page to this. Now, the true opening of this comic happens where we are visiting Asgard. And we see a little island floating in the middle of space. It looks like Asgard's falling on hard times. The Rainbow Bridge looks like it's been destroyed. I haven't been keeping up with Thor lately. We come to Odin, sitting in his grand hall, which has been turned into a demolition area. It looks like statues that flank both sides of him have been almost completely destroyed. The artwork here by Russell Daverterman is really good. It doesn't take long before Odin is attacked by dark elves who've come to assassinate him. This panel right here I really like. It shows the power of Odin. Unfortunately, it also undersells him. He should have been able to blast all of them completely and win this with no harm even coming to him. He is all father of the gods, after all. Because on the next page after that, he gets unceremoniously stabbed to death by the Dark Elves. This is a guy who took on Galactus, headbutted him. He might not have won, but he shouldn't have been beaten so easily. This is another problem with Marvel, with them constantly fluctuating the power levels of their characters. Maybe there was something in a previous issue that said he was weaker. I have my doubts that he's actually dead, though. Now we come to Midgard, Newark Harbor. Apparently it's New York, to call it Newark. There's actually a place called Newark, where Thor stands on a boat. Apparently he has been making hammers and throwing them every day, hoping that they would reach Asgard. Apparently to no avail to himself. A few moments later, Thor gets a visitor, because someone comes crashing into his boat like a meteor, while his dog stands behind him. Thor is wondering, Odin's beard, what is this? And who is it that came crashing down to his boat? It's his brother Loki, who's apparently been stabbed twice. He pleads to his brother for help. And you gotta wonder if this is another ploy by Loki. Is he going to betray Thor again? Maybe. We'll have to read on to see. Now, the artwork here is really good. Loki looks like he's in mind-numbing pain, and him crashing into the boat with the boat panels being all broken up is really good. Well, it turns out that he was nearly stabbed to death by dark elves. He tells Thor that look out behind him, and he does, and he sees dark elves coming up to shank him. Well, his dog is apparently is doing nothing but jumping up. Thor uses his newfound hammers that he's made to attack the dark elves and get him off his ship. I don't know if he kills them or not, but apparently it's stunned them long enough that both he and Loki can talk some more. This is a good panel. I'm really enjoying the art here. Here we have a really good drawing of Thor looking all, awesome. He talks down to Loki to tell him what is going on. Loki says Malekith has returned and is building an army. He's going to attack Midgard. Thor tells him to take him to Malekith. And when Loki does, after a few more threats from Thor. But guess what happens when they finally go to one of the 9 realms? It's not where the Dark Elves lives. It's Jotunheim, the citadel of Utgard, the home of the ice giants. Apparently, Loki's betrayed Thor again. You'll have to check the issue out yourself if you want to know what's happening. Later on, we see Spider-Man swinging home from a long day at work, saying that he's had a really good day and no one's attacked him or tried to take his life today, which means that inevitably it's going to happen anyway. He finds a woman who's being in weird medieval garb being attacked by rejects from a Renaissance fair. So he swings down and to see what's up. And what is he find? He finds Odin's wife defending herself against a bunch of Dark Elves assassins. After they take care of the Dark Elves, Lady Sif and the other Valkyries come out to save their queen, but they find Spider-Man and her have already taken care of it. One of them is threatened by Spider-Man because she's never seen a creature like him before. And no more than after this little exchange of words is over, but Malekith's forces invade Earth. And we see ice giants wrecking the city. We see some fiery demons burning them up, while Dark Elves start slaughtering innocent people, while the warriors of heaven start killing men. And then the Avengers counterattack with Iron Man doing more bad humor by hitting on the warriors of heaven. The warriors of heaven being a bunch of female warriors. And then the other Avengers show up with apparently Blade, who's apparently part of the Avengers now, with overweight She-Hulk and Thor's dog munching on Dark Elves. While She-Hulk saves a bunch of people at least. Then Malekith and his forces invade. We see the Queen of Heaven in the background with her wings. And we see the Enchantress by Malekith's side, who's smiling. Apparently she's an Asgardian sorceress and she's thrown in with Malekith. The Avengers counterattack and, oh God, I really hate what they've done to She-Hulk. That's not She-Hulk. Alright, Captain America makes alliances with Odin's wife. But what happens before anything can really happen? A thunderous shock happens. And who is standing in the rubble but Luffy, the king of the ice giants? I'm just going to call him Luffy. Well, he then grabs Freya, which is the name of Odin's wife. He threatens to kill her, and that he's going to kill her, and that there's nothing she can do to stop him. But what happens? His hand is cut off. Loki has appeared. He has saved his mother. Him and his mother exchange words. She says that she refuses to trust him and that this is another ploy. All Loki can do is look down solemnly, feeling that he's shamed her and he's sad. Whether or not this is true or not, you have to remember this is Loki. There's a good chance he's lying at everything. All he says to his mother is that after this is over, that she remember him. Because what happens? His father, Luffy, comes up behind him. He grabs Loki, and then, after a few words, he devours and kills Loki. This is the only real good part of this book. Because next we have more bad writing. Because the only one who actually does anything human here is Freya. She actually reacts to her son's death. While the other Avengers around her just make dumb jokes. This has been brought up that this writing in this comic is bad because all they do is do a bunch of one-liners and dumb jokes. They're trying to be like the movies. You can't really be like the movies. You have a guy being eaten, and this is how this comic ends. This comic was bad. It was bad. It had too many dumb jokes, and apparently Russell Daverman, his artwork. Apparently he's known for drawing women who are busty. Apparently he's not drawing them very well anymore because he's been scared by the SJWs. That's a sad thing. But the artwork for the most part is good. It's really dynamic and nice, even if he has been scared from drawing hot women. I would suggest if you want to check this out, do so. But I didn't enjoy it, and that's my review of the War of the Realms issue 1. If you like this review, leave a like, subscribe, and leave some comments down below. I'll be back again tomorrow.